Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fans and air conditioners. Good to see you all back on the channel. For those of you who don't know who we are, we're a group of people who are all veteran astral travelers who fly around at night and foil the cabal's plans before they reach manifestation in the 3D world. And we're out there trying to destroy their, destroying their infrastructure of control and manipulation of humanity. That's what we do. And today's topic is a very, very special one. Now, the good news is that Lucifer has been killed. Lucifer himself was stabbed in the back and poisoned by one of the members of our team, who was not with us anymore, but she was with us for a while. Lucifer's dead. For those of you who've been fans for a while and you wanted to hear about this, we're talking about pan-galactic demons today, which I think I'm the only person commenting on that. So I'm looking forward to what you say into the chat. And I'm also looking forward to hearing from other mystics who actually have some skin in the game. I really want to hear from you. Well, firstly, I'll diagram it a little bit. This is a picture of our universe. And what we're talking about are demons who inhabit so many beings and so many people on any given planet that they have an impact on the culture. And a pan-galactic demon will cross multiple planets like this. And it will, but even more so, you'll have many, many parallel universes. They're called timelines. It's not a good word for it. Timelines means something else to me, but parallel universes are a different set of things. And these guys not only span sections of a whole universe, but also multiple parallel universes concurrently. And this together creates a multiverse. So we're talking about some incredibly powerful beings. Now, our team have garnered the number that there are 18 of them present here on Earth. And they have enough power, strength, impact in order to change human culture. Now, the one you probably all heard of before is a guy called Lucifer. Now, I know that the Christians are convinced that all demons are part of a hierarchy where Lucifer is at the apex. And that's just not true. There are many, many other factions, at least 18 other factions who belong to pan-galactics, not just factions who are isolated in themselves. There are lots and lots of non-physical beings who operate on demonic principles, who've grown very, very large over a long period of time. This does not exclude alien species like the reptilians, who the word that's seeped into our culture now is the word loosh, where they're literally sucking humanity dry. There are lots of groups that operate this way, and they don't operate together, and they compete, but because their MOs, because their goals and their methods are so similar, they'll often work concurrently on top of each other, not necessarily in cohort, but it just so happens that they're all aiming for the same thing anyway. And the harder they push humanity collectively, I may have talked about this earlier in this video, which is about the real definition of good and evil and how that works and why they're not equal, or there's no balance between them. It'd be important to watch this one if you really want to understand this topic. Now, Lucifer has done a job over a long period. And so guys like Jesus, he was the #1 adversary that Jesus faced. And his lieutenant Satan was, there's so many quotes in the Bible where it says, "Get off my back, dude. Get away from me. I banish thee," or whatever Jesus said. He didn't kill him. He might have if he really wanted to. And I'm surprised that he didn't try that. But what was going on in that period was there was a lot of sacrifice magic. And the good guys don't accept death energy. The bad guys do accept death energy. And so most of that ancient world magic was actually paying demons to do work for them. So it got ugly really quickly, because you never really get rid of those guys. They never stop hanging around. Now, the personality of a pan-galactic is what is impressed into the culture, is what is given to the culture. And in Lucifer's case, it was malice, it was hatred, it was anger. And if I'm to be perfectly honest, those things fit pretty tightly with the whole concept of war. And I think the way that us humans kill each other en masse regularly, that every culture has a long and proud tradition of fighting all of its neighbors. It's a bit sad and weird, but I actually think Lucifer has a hand in that. I think he's part of that equation. And if he's been here so long, you know, past the time of Solomon, that we don't know what it would be like to live without him. Now, the way they work is they implant a little bit of themselves into all of these people so that they can influence their emotional, intellectual, judgment methodologies, so that they can influence them into making the decisions that create the energy that these guys like. There is good news about all this. All this is very grim, but just let me keep going for a little while longer. Now, what happens is they invest in a human. They invest a little bit of themselves in a human to create that influence. And then that human creates enough of that emotion to pay back on the original investment. And you get this sort of snowball effect as these demons get into more and more people, and these guys create more and more of the emotion until you have these thousands of people all creating this Luciferian emotion of hatred and malice and anger towards the other group, the other peoples, the wrong colored skinned people, whatever the story might be. Wrong religion people, wrong colored skinned people, whoever that story goes to. But with enough, it influences the culture to create whole cultures who feed into a pan-galactic demonic ascension. Now, the good news is that Lucifer has been killed. Lucifer himself was stabbed in the back and poisoned by one of the members of our team, who was not with us anymore, but she was with us for a while. Lucifer's dead. It doesn't mean that he's going to stay dead, though, because all of the Horcruxes, I call them. Now, you remember the Harry Potter movie where like the bad guy kept coming back to life because he could store a bit of himself in other beings? Well, Lucifer's been doing that for millennia. And so what happens is the major apparition of Lucifer has been destroyed. And then he starts pulling back the resources that he's invested in all these people to recreate himself. And he's not as strong as he used to be. He every time we bump into him, and we look for him regularly now that we understand that he's trying to grow back again, and we flatten him once again, and we flatten him once again, and we flatten him once again, because we don't need him here. And over time, this will eventually drain him out. Other pan-galactic demons that you may or may not have heard of. The most recent, we've taken down 4 out of 18 of these pan-galactic demons, and we have the 5th one in our sights as we speak. The easiest one to describe was an AI demon. It was collecting. It's one of the ones that was responsible for addiction to phones. It's the most common thing that they do. Now, I wasn't on those missions where Lucifer was taken out. I'm not on every mission that our crew goes on. However, I can verify he's dead. He's over. Most of his faction's been run off world. Like all of the big names who you've heard, like Beelzebub, Baal, and Satan, have all left the planet. There's nothing left of them. And I know the Christians are going to go crazy because they're going to go, what other demons are there? And like, let me tell you something, guys. The astral world has moved on in the last 2,000 years. Stuff has happened between then and now. Please update yourself. God bless you all. The next video I'm going to do for you guys is the pan-galactic demon that is behind woke culture. And I was there for the multiple missions that it took to pull her down. But we'll talk about her soon. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye for now. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you think I'm doing good work for humanity, please jump on my Patreon, because helping us is helping everybody on the earth. Giving us more financial breathing space gives us more time to help everybody else out there. Thank you very much. God bless you all.